There is no doubt that each and every one of us want to feel special, and this is no different when receiving an email, especially from a company that's sending out hundreds or even thousands of emails. With Selzy, you can customize and personalize each and every email so that your receiver will feel as if that email is being designed specifically for them. Right here, right now, I'm going to show you all the ways that you can use Selzy to customize as well as personalize your emails. So, without further ado, let's climb straight into it. Oh yes, one last thing before we get into the video. If you want to get started with Selzy, you can go ahead and use the link in the description below. It's actually an affiliate link, which means every time you click on it, we get a small commission and you help support the channel. Alright, let's get into that video. So right here from your home page, you're going to go over to the left hand side on this menu and you're going to look for contacts. Now it should give you a drop down menu, and here you're going to go to all contacts. Here you will have the opportunity, first of all, to create different lists. Now you can use lists to create different types of groups of contacts. So for example, let us go to the top over here and it says create a list. Now, once you create a list, for example, you can say female clothing. Now, you can say create. So on the top right, you can click on add contacts. And here you can add individual contacts. You can also import a file in different file types. And then you can also add a list of contacts. Now we're going to go in over here and we are going to add in an email address over here. We can also add a phone number. We can add Telegram contact details, and then we can add first name and we can add last name. And here we can see we've created the list and it's female clothing. And we can come down here and we can add tags as well as custom fields. Now you can do this individually for this contact, or you can go ahead and you can create tags individually and you can create these custom fields. So right over here, let's say we want to add a tag. So we want to go clothing, female, small to extra large. And that is it. Right. So now that has been added as a tag. Okay. So we can assign that tag over here. Then we can now add custom fields. So custom fields are another way of creating a separation within your list. So this specific contact within this list, and every contact within this list can have specific fields. So let's just say, for example, of course, we need gender. We can also use things like job title, maybe industry, and so forth. This is all dependent on what type of business you do, as well as what kind of fields and segmentations and personalization you want within your contact list. You can also, if you don't see any of the fields within these suggested fields, add your own fields. So you can say street name, perhaps, and you can enter the variable just like this. You can't use spaces, so make sure to use underscores. You can then also create the field type. So over here, we are going to put in text, and the field type will be added as a text format. We can now go and say create, and this is now a custom field for this specific contact within this list. Let's go to the bottom and say add. Now you can do this again, as I mentioned before, with other contacts, and you can do it for your general contact list. So if you go up again to all contacts on the left hand side from your menu, you can now go into this page again. And you can see at the top, there is segments. Now, if you go into segments again, you can create a segment. Let's go ahead and create a segment. A segment is also like a group or a subgroup under a list of contacts with specifics. So, for example, the conditions met will be, for example, they have an email address. This should be a standard. You can add a new condition over here. And you can say, for example, email status, and you can say is equal to, and you can choose the status. Now, if you have new users that have never received an email from you, yet they have subscribed, you can go ahead and use this active now. You can use any one of these to segment this group of email addresses or contacts. Let's save the segment. Let's give it a name and let's click on save. So you do have some segment templates that you can also use. As you see over here, this list, you can go ahead and you can use any one of these. Now, these are fantastic when you are a new user, you want to get into using Selzy, and you want to do minimal setup. One of the other ways of personalizing your emails is going into creating a campaign, going into email, and then coming over to the page where you select a template or you build your own email. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this one, and I'm going to show you how you can now customize your emails. So in this very next page, you'll have your subject line as well as your pre-header. So you can see right over here at the top, this is where it says, welcome to the community. And right over here, you can actually use personalization and you can add in your contact lists, names, or actually any other information that you have captured. So just for example, we can do this. We're going to use the curly brackets, and earlier on we saw that we could add variables. We used an underscore when doing street name. So let's say, for example, you want to use your customer's first name. This is what it's going to look like. So you can see here it says, welcome to the community name. Now, every email that gets sent out to your specific contacts, it's going to say, welcome to the community, Bob. Welcome to the community, Samantha. And this is now a nice way of customizing your emails within the subject. But you can also do this within the actual text over here in the body of the email. So let's say over here it says, we're excited to have you on board. We can do the exact same here. And then your field, and you can see now when your email is sent, it'll say, we're excited to have you on board, and it'll use the email user or email owner's name. This is a fantastic way to allow your recipients to feel like you're talking specifically to them. So let's go up to the top right hand side and click on continue. And here you can further customize this email, including that subject. As I mentioned earlier on, if you click over here, you'll see this is what I typed in, and this is how it'll actually be viewed. And that information will be populated by the personal information you've added within your contact list. Over here too, if you go down, you can add a sender's name. So make sure that you are putting in a name so it looks like a personal email. If you go over to the subject line, you can go over to the right, and here is a list of those segments earlier on, those personalization tags that we can add in over here. So you can see all of these tags you can use to personalize your email. One of the last ways you can actually customize and personalize your email is going to your list and going to automation and clicking on all chains. Now, within this section of Selzy, you're able to create workflows and you can customize these workflows. So let's click on create chain. And here you will see a list of pre-made templates. And within these pre-made templates, there's a few steps that you can use to separate contacts within a list or even within segments. So for example, let's choose this one here. And we're going to click on choose so that we have the ability to edit. So right over here, you can see the start is going to be a subscription to a specific list. Here you can choose which lists to exclude. So let's exclude this one. And as you're going down, there will be an action. Now this action will be sending an email. Within here, you can click on the pencil icon. You can now customize this. Over here, you are going to add your email. You can also go into your templates. If you have previously saved templates, you can use from these templates. You can add the sender's name and then the subject as well. You can customize. And down over here, you can change the delay time. So if you want this email to only go out a day or 3 days after somebody has subscribed and been added to that list, you can do so. We're going to click on save, and the information that you've put in here will be saved. You could also then go and add additional blocks or triggers. So right over here, if you click on the plus icon, you can see that there are a number of different things that you can do here. So for example, let us say we would like to do email activity. So you can see that if a customer has read an email, let's click on this one. You can see that this is the email that we are going to choose, and then you can choose a delay or a wait time. And then it says if the subscriber reads the email earlier, he will immediately get to the yes branch, and we can say add block. And here is where we can split. So we can say send the yes branch. Okay, so this is the following blocks that will be attached to the yes branch. So if they've received that email, they will go this way. If they have not received that email, they will go this way. And now you can separate these two blocks, and you can send personalized emails to people that have said yes or that fall under the condition that we've set. And then you can send personalized emails to those people that fall under the condition that you've set. Each way, you can send additional emails according to previous choices that your contact lists have made. And there you go. Now you can customize as well as personalize your emails to all of your contacts individually. If this was truly helpful, you can go ahead and drop us a like. If you enjoy our content, subscribe to the channel for more, and we will see you next time. Peace.